Greetings, this is Inath Chepkorir from Kenya presenting. Question number 1. First, tell us about yourself. What do you like to do in your free time? What are some of your hobbies? I am Inath Chepkorir from Kenya, a graduate from Kenyatta University with bachelor's degree in education, where I specialized in home economics and biology teaching subjects. I am also a holder of master's degree in environmental studies, climate change, and sustainability. Currently, I teach in one of the national schools in Kenya, where I am employed by the Teacher Service Commission. Some of the things I like doing during my free time include visiting the vulnerable in the society, such as the elderly, the sick, and the less fortunate, such as the orphans. I also like participating in environmental conservation activities, such as planting trees. Some of my hobbies include reading, writing, listening to music, cooking, and especially baking and cake decoration. Question number 2. Tell me about 3 people who have most influenced your own education and educational career. My parents played a key role in influencing and making me what I am today. They are retired teachers who were dedicated towards the profession and desired to transform learners into better people. I saw them being rewarded in many occasions in their schools for their exemplary work. The second person is my home economics teacher in high school. She mentored me, she guided me, and developed self-confidence in me. The third one was my university lecturer, who guided me even through the choice of my second degree course. Question number 3. What subject do you currently teach, and why did you choose to be a teacher? Currently, I teach biology and home economics. I chose to be a teacher because I had great passion in teaching. Question number 4. Give an example of what a typical day looks like to you. How do you prepare your class, and how long do you teach? A typical day to me begins at 8 and ends at 5. Lessons begin at 8 until 4 p.m. Between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m., I take time to review my students' assignments. I prepare for my classes first by arriving early. I review what was covered in the previous lesson. I then preview what is to be covered in the coming lesson. I assess my understanding. I formulate objectives for that particular lesson. And then prepare my lesson plan, and I attend my class. I teach for 40 minutes in a single lesson and 80 minutes in a practical lesson or a double lesson. Question number 5. What do your lesson plans include, and how do you prepare your lesson plans? My lesson plan include date, time when the lesson will be done, the grade, the lesson number, the topic, the subtopic, specific objectives, 3 columns. The first column is for content, which is further subdivided into introduction, development, and conclusion. The second column is teaching and learning activities, and the third column is teaching and learning resources. I prepare my lesson plan by first reviewing the terms, schemes of work. I then formulate objectives for the lesson. I plan on how I will sequence my presentation in an engaging and meaningful manner. I also plan on how I will assess my learners. I plan for lesson closure, where I will assess my students' understanding and the coming, and connect the current lesson with the coming lesson. Question number 6. What do you consider to be your strengths, and how do you use them in your teaching? Some of my strengths include good communication skills, listening skills, as well as patience. Good communication skills enable me to connect with my learners, and to communicate and deliver my content clearly in a manner that my learners can comprehend and understand and eventually learn. Listening and patience make me a better teacher in that I am able to understand learners' behavior and the development of some behavior during my lessons, and even how I will find solution towards the same. Question number 7. Describe your teaching styles and how you accommodate the different learning styles of students in your class. In my class, I employ authority style, which is more of a lecture method where I give instructions to my learners, they listen and make notes. I also use delegator method, whereby I give more responsibility to the learners, where it is more of a student-to-student method of learning, but they have the opportunity of consulting me. Facilitator style is also incorporated in my classes. This is where I try to develop critical and creative thinking and problem solving in my students. I use demonstrator method, where I incorporate visual aids, demonstrations, and also experiments to incorporate to complement the rest of the teaching styles. Question number 8. Describe your expectations for student behavior. I expect my students to be respectful, to be kind and considerate, to be good time managers, to hand in assignments on time, and also to observe school rules and regulations. Question number 9. Describe the management strategies and techniques you use to maintain an effective classroom environment. I ensure that my classroom environment is conducive for learning by ensuring that there is connection between me and my learners. There is consistency in my lesson delivery, in my content delivery, and also there is compassion, so that every student feels that they belong to my class and they feel that love within the class, and also develop, because this goes a long way in developing positive attitude towards the subject, and it will eventually enhance learning. Question number 10. What methods do you use to grade your students and track their progress? I use question and answer. I also use assignments. I use practical activities as well as examinations. Question number 12. Question number 11. Do you use technology in your classroom? If yes, please explain how you use it and you find it useful. Yes, I use technology in my classroom. I use smartboard, which is connected to internet. Prior to my lessons, when I need to use the smartboard, I review what I need to teach my students. I filter what is in the internet, what is related to the content I'm to deliver. I filter, I download the videos or the diagrams, or I even save the sites, which I can later use in the actual lesson. I have found it to be very useful because the information that would appear abstract to students when you use the earlier mentioned teaching styles will appear more real, and this enables more understanding in learners, and it makes it even makes my lessons more interesting. Question number 12. Describe any innovative projects you have been involved in developing. Since 2012, I have been facilitating annual national environmental essays and artwork competitions in my school that are organized by the Africa Fund for Endangered Wildlife, that is AFU Kenya. And since then, my school has been ranked among the top 3 schools in the nation. In 2013 and 2019, we had the best students coming from our school, that is Miss Environment of 2013 and Miss environment of 2019. In 2019 still, my school was ranked the best. I was also recognized and rewarded for being the best patron of the year and being consistent in facilitating the essays. Question number 13. Tell us about a golden teaching moment. This is a time when I felt a lot of satisfaction in my profession. I was having a lesson with grade 10, topic of transport, subtopic blood circulatory system. And I was using the smart board. I had downloaded a video clip of the heart and the blood circulation. During the lesson, my principal got into my class with some visitors from the Ministry of Education. They found me illustrating the process of blood flow using the video I had downloaded. And they got so fascinated, they remained for the better part of my lesson to observe the lesson. By the end of that lesson, they were so excited. The students too were very happy and very excited. And the principal commended my lesson and advised me to continue using Smartboard to complement my other teaching styles because it goes a long way in improving learning and understanding in learners. That is the day I felt so good because the learners also were very excited about the lesson. Question number 14. What do you feel is the most effective way to communicate with parents? Describe how you have used these techniques. Some of the techniques that can be used to communicate with parents are phone calls, text messages, and emails. I have used these techniques while communicating to parents, inviting them for conferences where we discuss, the teacher, the learner, and the parent discuss the progress of the learner and how to improve the learner's progress. Question number 15. Have you ever worked in the United States of America? No, I have never worked in the United States of America. Thank you. This was Inactive Career from Kenya presenting.